This is your soul guide for more love in February 2025 for line 2-4 human design. So first of all, you will get out of this video as much as you put in, and for you to get the most out of it, I suggest you do a quick meditation, connect with your heart and intuition. And the first thing I want you to do is pick one out of these 3 cards, which is going to be your high leverage card. This is 1, 2, and 3. Now I imagine you picked your card. So card number 3 becomes your past. Card number 1 becomes your present, and card number 2 becomes your future. Now remember which is your card, and feel free to skip ahead towards that video, towards that part of the video. And let's start with the first card. So this is your past, things to release for you. And before you see it, I want you to pay attention to what is the first thing you see and what is the most important thing. Again, these are the things that will have most impact, and I want you to remember throughout the whole month, and this will bring you the most love for you. So now it's 5 of Swords. So for you, my 2-4 line, your perspective, thing to let go is conflict. So let go of all the conflicts. And if the first thing that you see, or the most important thing for you to see, is this guy here, the big guy, then realize that you're in charge. That you're in charge of creating or not creating conflicts, and it's up to you to decide how you deal with any given situation. And I suggest you relate to any situation, any person lovingly, from a place of love, happiness, peace, bliss, fulfillment, and always seek out win-win solutions. Win for you, win for them, win for all involved. Realizing that win-lose solutions may look like a win in short term, but in long term they lead to lose-lose solutions. And yeah, so if you see and identify with this guy or feels like this is the most important thing, then realize, yeah, see for win-win solutions. That means taking something away from others where they lose will not benefit you. And I suggest that you adapt this viewpoint, because it's only a perspective. And I suggest that this is the perspective you adapt for yourself this month. If you get drawn to these swords, then notice that you get 5 of them and they draw a pentagon. And they have this magical shape. And you're holding 2 of them, but 3 of them are laying down. And seems to be that you're about to build something out of these swords. But essentially realize that there's no harmony. These people are left behind. So looks like you're not getting more out of by having more of the swords, so more of the things. So remember that having more does not necessarily mean better. And remember, better means better. Either it's quality, quantity, or spirit of result, and actually it's all of it. And if you want more love, and obviously watching this because you want more love, then prioritize more love. And only go for extra swords, extra things, go for more if it means more love in everyone involved in long term. Not only short term, not only long term, not only, just basically look for the highest leverage thing. And if you're drawn to the storm behind, if you're drawn to storm behind in this picture, then realize that storm, specifically if we're going towards physics, how do the lightning gets formed? Well, lightning gets formed by crashing of 2 differently charged clouds, and discharge happens. And as discharge happens, it seeks for a place to be grounded in, and that's how, as electricity finds its way towards the point of discharge, the lightning bolt gets formed. What does it mean for you? Well, for you it means that you, as you go through life, emotions charge within you. So you have different charges, and different people, you engage with them, they charge you in different ways, and you may start holding different emotions in your body. And everything seems to be fine, but at some point, discharge may happen. If you haven't been proactively releasing your emotions, this discharge can happen violently, and you may upset people, it may project onto other people, and this is not ideal. Probably you don't want to do that. So make sure that not only you meet your own needs proactively and release any stress and tension also proactively, but that you also make sure these discharges happen in a healthy and harmonious fashion. So hopefully away from other people, unless this discharge is constructive one. Only your heart and intuition will know what's the best way and where to best discharge this emotion, because emotion is energy in motion, and you get to choose where you channel the energy. Sometimes you can channel it in creating stuff, sometimes you can channel in destroying stuff, and since this card is about releasing, then be mindful where you release and what are you creating or destroying as you discharge and release. So, and finally, if you get drawn to any of the writings here, conflict up here, wrath, Venus, Five of Swords, Aquarius, then I suggest that since this card is about swords, which is mental, then be mindful. Are you following your heart and intuition, or are you in your head? And since all the conflicts is matter of perception and perspective you choose, and you being centered in yourself, in peace, love, happiness, peace, bliss, fulfillment, then make sure you're not getting stuck in your mind, that you're not in this prison of a pentagon, and you are free and connected with your heart, that you're not overthinking, not overanalyzing, that you're really following your intuition. And yeah, Five of Swords, basically, swords is intellectual, mindful, and mind energy. Make sure mind is serving you, your heart, your highest spirit. And remember that as you let go of whatever is not serving you. Now, if you pick this card, your high leverage card, pay attention to what's the first thing you see and what's the most important thing in this card as I will reveal it. Now, your center is Six of Cups. It's joy. And if you get drawn to this pink character, then this pink character usually, you can see they kind of represent yin and yang, right? So this character would represent more of a feminine aspect of it. And I suggest that you center more yourself in feminine expressions, get in tune more with your emotions, creativity, and always try to seek more nurturing side of things. And if you see yourself more like this purple guy, then that's more masculine aspect, more yang, more structured, logical, and more this kind of approach. And seek that kind of perspective. That seems to be more aligned with you on this month. And try to embody these qualities. And these might be what you usually do, and these might be things that you don't usually do. However, if you get drawn to this flower in the middle, then I suggest you always try to at least see and perceive what's the balanced view here. What's the middle ground? So what would be neither masculine, neither feminine, but would be just in the middle, which encompasses both, bit of, actually all of it, in the most harmonious and balanced way. And from this perspective, once you've seen the masculine expression, the feminine expression, once you see how they both interact, once you've seen also the neutral one, then you follow your heart and intuition and choose how specifically on any given moment you want to carry yourself and where do you put yourself. But always keep in mind where is the center. And also, even if you aligned with feminine and masculine figures, I do suggest always keep in mind where is your center. Where is the neutrality center? Because then you always can see where you're coming from, how far into femininity you are, how far into masculinity. So having the neutral center, which is always in harmony, is very, very important to maintain so that you can relate to your femininity, to your masculinity in the most harmonious ways. Now, if indeed you see this card and most important thing for you seems the background, the grass, the flowers, the everything that's spread out, then the message for you is to really find your safe place. So where are you grounded? Where is your ground? Where is your joy? What brings harmony in your life? What are the small things? What are the smallest, tiniest details in your life that bring you joy? Ground yourself in that. Allow yourself to ground. Allow yourself to really have that variety and realize that yes, there's variety. There's this meadow. There's this all kinds of flowers, all kinds of experiences out there. However, remember that you are soul. You are spirit, and always ground yourself in pure place in your heart and use all these experiences, all these varieties as things that bring you back into your body and remind you of your divine essence. Use them to ground yourself into. So most of us get sidetracked when we get too much into our mind, too much into our head. And what allows us to experience most joy and most harmony in our lives is actually being fully present. So use different things, different cups, different flowers, different senses to really be in your body and be present. And if you, by any chance, identify and see that those cups really kind of attract your attention, those cups are emotions. In that case, use all these experiences I've talked before, all these flowers, all these different cups, all these different experiences, all these different emotions coming up as learning opportunities, as things that can ground you, or remind you of who you truly are. You are a soul, you are an observer. And without need to identify with, oh, I need to be angry, I need to be cold, I need to be happy, I need to be like whatever emotion. Like you get to choose any emotion, and all emotions are actually welcome. Like even here, like even if you're angry, you cannot channel anger, you cannot own the anger if you avoid it, if you reject it. In order for you to be master of the anger, you need to first accept it as it is. And it is energy. And that's it. It's just energy. It's up to you how you relate to it. And I suggest you relate to it from a pure place in your heart. As a learning opportunity. As an opportunity to ground yourself in your center. And yeah, use different experiences to really remind yourself that you're here to enjoy the life. That your purpose here is to enjoy. So allow yourself to enjoy. Have different experiences. To really master your ability to relate to different people from different experiences, from different emotions. And give them gifts. Give the people gifts of joy. Give the people gifts of laughter, of excitement, happiness. Give people gifts as you allow yourself to receive gifts. So allow yourself to feel the joy. So anchor yourself into a joy. And finally, if you truly, the sun seems to be the most important thing in this picture, then yes, shine your light. Remember, you are the one who creates your emotions. No one can make you feel anything. even in this picture, these two guys, they make up their own stories. And yes, this seems to be a villain, but they get to choose how they relate to it. And I suggest that you be the shining one, that you're the one who shines this month. And you're the one who shows up into this party because as a line 4, you like networking, you like really having those connections. I suggest that you remember that you get to be the shining one this month. And that's how you get more love in your life this month, by recognizing that I want to master, line 2 is mastery, really practicing a skill, then Sun is, okay, let me be the one. Let me be the one who's giving back to community. And if you pick this card, then again, make sure you pay attention. What's the first thing you see? And what's the most important thing for you? And if you, first thing you see, and the thing that's most important for you is this bright light here in the center and this cross, then know that any energy is welcome. Yes, some of the energy might look like it's a struggle. You can see this guy is kind of struggling, this one is happy, content, and there's this sparks coming, there's Aries, Mars, so there's like lots of energy happening. So there's bound to be some fire energy flowing through you. And yes, it may end up sparking things up, may discharge some lightning and anger. And that's okay. Welcome it. And that's exactly what needs to happen. For you to create more love, you need connection with other people. You need this polarity. For us to have any kind of experience, even for joy, we need polarity. And we need to acknowledge that. And as we acknowledge that, we get to experience more of what we want. Because, yeah, for creation, Genesis, we need this. We need this. And I suggest you welcome it. Because what's the alternative? You reject it and you get owned by it. Therefore, because I want you to be, and I believe you also want to be, creator of your reality, so embrace whatever feeling is. And whatever the feeling is, anger, sadness, joy, excitement, it's energy in motion. And all emotions appear to disappear. So allow them to appear. Allow yourself to feel. And then this card is about your future. What is coming for you? What to welcome? Welcome this friction and welcome it. Doesn't mean that you have to stay there. It's just how you relate to it. And then always consult back to your pure place in your heart. What is your heart saying? What would you do? What's the ideal outcome here? And flow with it. Allow things to flow. If you get attracted to this road here, that's the flow. That's the thing I'm talking about. Allow the energy to flow. Allow the feelings to flow. Remind yourself, this too shall pass. This will pass. Everything appears to disappear. Good appears, it will disappear. Nothing is permanent. Only thing that's permanent is pure place in your heart. Love, happiness, peace, bliss, fulfillment. Observation that you are a soul. Everything else is just experience. So allow it to flow. Don't resist it, welcome it. If you identify with or feel like this character attracts your attention, then you see it's kind of suffering. It's kind of this unnecessary suffering. Why am I saying unnecessary? Because this guy up here is enjoying the process. They're having exactly the same experience on two sides. One is suffering, other is enjoying it. And if you're this guy, then I suggest that you realize, but wait, if this guy is enjoying it, then I can enjoy it too, right? There's going exactly the same experience, feels exactly the same thing in body. So I remind you to remember that first, any emotion in your body lasts only 90 seconds, so it's not permanent. So it will evade. So if it's anger, you don't have to get identified with it. It will disappear. It appears to disappear. As for these people, every emotion, it's temporary. It's gonna fade. For these people, second part to remember is that body doesn't know the difference between anxiety and excitement. So, how you relate to this energy, whether it's anxiety or excitement, depends on your mindset, which is this things to let go, your old beliefs, old thinking patterns. And what you welcome is the energy. Welcome the energy and realize that your mind gets to choose. How do I relate to it? Is it anxiety or excitement? And if you're this guy, I welcome you to really feel what you feel and realize that it can be excitement. It can. And if you're this guy, then amazing. Keep remembering and welcome seeing every opportunity in your life that feels like anxiety as excitement. And if you feel excitement, then appreciate it's excitement. It's exciting. And keep remembering that every feeling in your body can be interpreted as good or bad. And I suggest that either you go for a neutral so that you don't know, benefit of doubt. Like if you don't want to go for positive, which is one way of seeing things, like if I don't know, then I choose positive. Another way how to see it is benefit of doubt. Well, if I don't know whether it's excitement or anxiety, then let me not choose anything. Because if I choose anxiety, I lose energy, so I'm basically getting drained. And if I choose excitement, I might get carried away and something bad might happen, which is an old story, which is not true. And if you're not there yet, then you can stay in the middle. Say, okay, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. So why would I choose that this is a bad thing? I don't choose it. Why would I choose the good thing? Well, maybe I don't. Let me see. Let me choose a neutral one. My experience is that it's more harmony falls in my life if I choose the positive way, or at least I intend to see a positive way, from benefit of doubt. So that would be what's about this card. If by any chance you get attracted by Aries here, then it's about action. It's about, okay, I feel, and it's the same with the Mars. So both it's very similar. So if these things are really drawing out to you, then one thing to remember for you is, I have energy. What am I going to do about it? What's the action I'm going to take? And make sure you channel that energy through your center into a joy. Welcome all energy and channel it into joy, more love, and you being the bright one in the picture. So, in summary, for you this month, you will get more love if you let go of idea of conflicts and allow yourself to discharge in a positive way, proactively release and taking care of your needs, and ground yourself into realizing and remembering that you are observer, you are divine being, and you don't need to polarize yourself, neither good, bad, feminine, masculine. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. And the best solutions, most harmony in your life will come once you always come from your center, middle ground. And then you get to enjoy, because your true essence is joy. And I suggest that you welcome any energy in your life and not attach to perception, whether it's good, bad, neutral. Welcome all of it and channel it into joy. Channel all energy into joy from pure place in your heart. So thank you so much and have it magical.